skipper was at the celebrations.
They might struggle to fill Kenilworth Road throughout the season, but the Luton fans were out in force for this, the biggest night in the club's history. It's an all too familiar sight in the likes of Liverpool and London, but Luton Town Centre hasn't seen anything like this since 1959. And that time, of course, the Hatters lost in the FA Cup final. To celebrate the club's first major honour, the players decided to complete their victory route from the ground to the town hall on foot. Leaving the open-top bus, though, proved something of a hazard, as the crowds broke through the safety barriers and mobbed the team. No real harm done, thankfully, except, that is, to the cup, which ended up broken.
Now, what's happened to the cup? Let's just take a look at the cup here, because it's like suffered a little bit of damage down here. What's happened there, Mick?
I think one of the directors broke it, to be honest with you. He never touched on his silverware in his life. I think he got a bit excited and dropped it.
You decided in the end to walk down the high street there.
It was a bit hectic, yeah, but you know, it's the first time since first time ever they've won the cup, and you know, why not? Why not give the fans a bit of enjoyment?
It's fantastic what people are doing. This is their moment. This is waited 102 years to win something in the football terms, and we can't take that moment away, and we're delighted to share it with them.
And just a word about the game, Ricky. A few weeks ago, it didn't seem as if you had a chance. You've come through the game. You must have been very relieved when Brian Steen got the winner, because it meant no injury time, and I should imagine the pace was beginning to tell for you then.
Funny enough, I was quite looking forward to extra time, because as the game went on and people got more tired, there was a little bit more space than when it was earlier. But I'm very delighted that we got the winner. 30 seconds to go. It's a great time to score. There's no way they can come back. And saved me doing extra time and having cramp probably, but there you go. We won in the end.
The brother Steen, first of all, congratulations, Brian. 2 goals and a great performance at Wembley.
Yeah, at least this time we've done ourselves a bit of justice. I said, when we start doing ourselves justice at Wembley, then, you know, we get a result, and we do.
It's not a bad way to almost end your testimonial of the year, is it?
Yeah, it's fabulous, like, you know. Obviously, I'm just pleased for all the supporters, everyone to do with the club, like, you know, involved with the club. It's taken so long for us to get a trophy. It is a dream come true.
The thing is, you got the trophy, and I've got to say, I think you've broken it, haven't you? What's happened to it?
It wasn't me. Yeah, there's been a little mishap, but I'm sure they'll get it fixed.
Soon put that right. Yeah. In fact, a family affair, of course, because Mark, just got to ask you about Saturday. Obviously disappointed not to be in the original team, but it's all turned out well on the day.
Yeah, it's a great feeling for Luton and the supporters and that, and to top it off, Brian scored the winner and scored 2 at Wembley, so it's been nice.
Andy, a lot of players have made their names in big games. Wembley Stadium in a cup final, not a bad place to do it.
Yeah, it's great. Pleased with the town, supporters. They proved their worth tonight. It's been a long, hard season. It's the icing on the cake tonight, especially for the fans who paid their money and beaten every game. And it's great for the club. We put the icing on the cake tonight.
Now, what about your future then at the club? There is some doubt. As you've said yourself, Les Seeley is the #1 goalkeeper, or certainly was. What happens to Andy Dibble from here on?
It's like I said a couple of weeks ago, just take it game by game, just see what happens. I'm just pleased tonight. A night to savour, a day, 2 days to savour, and remember for the rest of my life.
Then, to the accompaniment of the Hatters' adopted anthem, skipper Steve Foster led the salute from the balcony. Yesterday's 3-2 win over Arsenal means Luton could be competing in Europe next season if the ban on English clubs is lifted. But a return to Europe is something Town Chairman David Evans has voiced concern about.
Everybody knows my view, but we're a democratic board, and the management, the players, the fans, stewards, they'll be able to persuade me to let us play in Europe, don't worry. I'll eat a nice spoonful of humble pie that day.
Didn't they do well? Well, to the weather now, and overnight cloud will gradually spread southwards across the region, and temperatures will fall sharply to give a ground frost. Tomorrow is expected to be mostly cloudy, with outbreaks of rain spreading southwards, and it'll be rather cold. And that's the news, sport and weather. In tomorrow's About Anglia, we'll be following the Princess of Wales on her visit to Essex.
And our consumer desk recounts what happened to one family when their new house proved less than a dream home.
And talking of home care, a report on how the National Trust deals with its king-size restoration problems.
About Anglia, covering the region from all over the region.
About Anglia at 6. We like having you with us.
May the windowsills of Winchester shine. May the doors of Wales dry hard as nails. May Derby's halls dry even. Singing Motherwell. The walls of Birmingham, white, green of tea and ham, and the skirting boards of pine have a long line. So brush in hand, decorate this land with
I'll never forget the first time I went abroad and saw one of my own designs walking down the pavement towards me. It was in Paris, about 76, I think, when we just started getting into Europe. Looking back, I suppose I was a bit of a pioneer. We seemed to get everything wrong first time round, and the form filling was a nightmare. But it's got a lot better. Customs, currency transfer, delivery, the whole business of getting the product to the customer. This is the product, by the way, and this is Sophie. Say hello, Sophie.
Hello.
The whole thing's been changing for the better, and the Europeans can't get enough of us. By the end of 1992, the difference will be a reality. 12 countries in a real common market, a single market that represents the biggest ever opportunity for British business. And it's only 5 years away. So whatever business you're in, start doing something about it today. As the old restrictions disappear, the rewards will be there for the taking. But you must start now. The chance will never come again. I now pronounce Europe open for business.
Seize the opportunity. Phone 01200 1992.
How can you be certain that the oil you give your engine is doing everything you expected it, protecting every moving part, ensuring maximum performance every time? Here's a way. Make sure the oil is liquid engineering. Castrol GTX, fitted in your engine.
Walls have created a spectacular ice cream dessert called Viennetta. But despite its deliciously rich ice cream and its irresistible crisp dark layers, Viennetta could leave you with one small problem. Walls Viennetta. One slice is never enough.
Hansa Special Export. An extra special strong lager.
Tomorrow at 8:30, China Hand and David Soul is looking for gold.
The police think I know where it is. Jack Rourke is dead, and I'm the target.
The gold you had converted, 8 million Hong Kong dollars.
Oh boy, am I going to get interested in your life. You're threatening an innocent man, Max.
China Hand tomorrow at 8:30 on Anglia.
This is Anglia. Now, Carlton Counters, introduced by Paul Lavers.
Off the Wall is probably the best way to describe the Blues Brothers. A screwball comedy whose cast list reads like a cinematic and rock and roll who's who.
Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, Steven Spielberg, James Brown, Twiggy, Cab Calloway, Chaka Khan and Carrie Fisher in a deliciously different role to the virginal princess in Star Wars. The two main stars are John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. They'd worked together in TV, in Saturday Night Live, a proving ground for young, new alternative comedians. So it was a natural progression that their talents moved to the big screen where they were released from television's rigorous constrictions. The Blues Brothers itself is really one long car chase and costing $33 million to make, a very expensive one. Director John Landis collaborated with Aykroyd in writing the fast-paced script that develops from the well-meaning premise of collecting money for an orphanage into a manic and madcap melee of events that ends in the destruction of nearly every police car in America. In the same year as the Blues Brothers, we had Fame, The Coal Miner's Daughter, and Xanadu. We'll put them all together and you'd still only be in second gear, because we're now going to go into autopilot and overdrive with the Blues Brothers.